Hello, everyone. You're watching Madden Ultimate Team, and I'm your host, the coach. This game should not disappoint, so sit back and put that remote down. Straight ahead, we've got a terrific matchup on tap between the Atlanta Falcons and the Green Bay Packers.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. One of the true legends of pro football, it's Jim Brown. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's the Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor doing what he does best.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Now a give, right side. Dickerson. Oh, some strong running. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. After the toss, well executed there to find the space and then eventually get out of bounds after a good game.
And for the toss play to be that successful, you've got to control the edge. And oftentimes, if you've got a tight end who can do that, that allows that toss play to get called often during a game.
He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. Touchdown, Packers! A great play there. 33 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Well, as they come out here to set up shop for this next drive, let's talk about the NFC Championship game coming up. San Francisco hosting Green Bay. It was the road teams winning in the wild card round, Seattle, Minnesota, but the home teams bounced back in the divisional round. 49ers beating the Vikings and the Pack beating Seattle in Lambeau. So sets up a great NFC Championship game.
And a rematch of their regular season meeting that San Francisco dominated. Don't think Green Bay has forgotten that one. They have not traveled well to the West Coast this season, losing at the Chargers, losing at San Francisco. I think they'll play much better in this one. Aaron Rodgers burning to get back to the Super Bowl yet again.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson, Ted Hendricks making his presence felt.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
3rd and long, it's Watson. And the pressure gets to him again. Lawrence Taylor able to get in there for his second sack. The afternoon. Here's Britton Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And taken at the 46. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Charles, this Green Bay team, they're going to get the football back here, but as they do that, it's maybe the quietest 13-3 season in recent memory. The losses to the Eagles, Chargers, and 49ers, and that's it. They will get a tough challenge against Seattle in the wild card game, but what do they need to do if they're going to get Aaron Rodgers his second shot at a Super Bowl?
Continue to do a lot of what they did during the season. You're right. It was a quiet, almost unsettling 13-3 because most of the teams that they beat walked away thinking, we can beat that Packers team. And Aaron Rodgers himself said, hey, if you want to call it ugly, that's fine. I'll take 13-3 ugly. But all year long, they actually rode the running game. Aaron Jones, and now they're going to give him more carries in the playoffs. They wanted to make sure he got to the end of the regular season. He'll get more carries, more catches, and you saw that big game he had catching against Kansas City during the season. The defense with the Smith brothers, Zadarius and Preston, they get after the quarterback. If they can prevent people from running the football against them and keep those 5 and 6 DBs on the field, Green Bay could be dangerous on that side of the ball, and at some point, I expect Aaron Rodgers to be Aaron Rodgers and have a big game in the playoffs.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Down to lose one.
From the gun, Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So that'll back him up 5.
Still first down.
Mike. This is it. Mike, I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Shotgun handoff to Brown here. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On second down, Eckler, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Every time I watch LT blow up plays just like that one, I think of one quote. You can run, but you can't hide.
He won a record 3 defense under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks, picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Well, Charles, as this offense comes out here, let's talk about the AFC Championship game coming up. Kansas City hosting Tennessee. The Chiefs, the winner over the Texans in the divisional round. But even before they took the field, they got a surprise gift on Saturday night with those Titans winning in Baltimore to set up the unexpected matchup.
But sometimes a gift isn't exactly a gift because they went from thinking they had to chase around Lamar Jackson to having to fortify themselves against Derrick Henry and the 250 pounds of man coming out of running the football. That run defense that got better as the season went on, it will get severely tested in this one.
And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. From the gun, it's Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Ray Guy now, and no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Ross on the return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lawrence Taylor getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Watson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Off of play action, it's Watson. Well, there's nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lawrence Taylor. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
This is brought in at the 21. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. A big pickup of 38. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They run the counter. Dickerson. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
That's it, baby. That's it. That's it. Big hit.
That's it for the first half. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Throwing on 2nd down, Jackson. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Should have gone nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lawrence Taylor, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Draw play, it's Eckler. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and under pressure now. Watson, and down he goes. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks, able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. The lead is theirs here in the 3rd quarter, but it's really been the ground game that's been the recipe for success.
You mean the spotlight isn't shining as brightly on the guy throwing it?
No, it's the man behind him that's had a heck of a game.
And that's really okay. That's actually what you're looking for. I mean, your pride tells you, hey, I want to be responsible. I want to throw a bunch of touchdown passes. But when you're able to run the football, typically speaking, your team's doing pretty well.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost... insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
That throw good for 4. It's second down. Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow go right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Throwing on third down, Watson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Reggie White on the sack there, showing the explosiveness that led him to the Hall of Fame. Here's Britton Colquitt now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. That's pulled in at the 32. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Now a give, right side. Dickerson. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Jackson now off the bootleg, sliding out of the pocket. And that is incomplete. Tre'Davious White, the LSU man, there to knock it away that time.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And they're going to bring him down, back across midfield at the 45. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson, a good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Packers D comes up with a big stop. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. 59 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. So what was already a game to remember becomes even... Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And that one goes virtually nowhere. Tried to fake extra point, but nothing comes of it.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on.
What?
Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs.
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic, faking it. I can understand you want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
in her attic, the
my
stuff she used to
grandmother did the
preserve.
same. It smelled terrible. On first down, Watson. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. Here's Watson.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The end result, 21 yards. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Here's Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Packers pick it up. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. 30, past the 20, 10, 5. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They take over with great field position. They've got the big lead. Most would say they should kneel it, but the key word there is should. You never know here.
You never know. That's the exact play that should happen. But some people like stats. You know, some people like to put more things up on the board, but kneel down is usually the right play here.
We'll see what they do in this situation.
33, check right 33. Watch the screen.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6. Second and goal. From the 2 now, second and goal. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Flushed. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Here's second and 10 now from the 29.
Target.
Throwing again is Watson. The connection made. It's Graham. And one of the whistles for timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Set. 19. Check 55. Mike. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Minkah Fitzpatrick. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And this one... With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from Cleveland.
We play to win. Let's go. Ready? 55. Right. 55.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
First down, Vic. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Vic. That's complete to Sharp. That catch good for 5. It's third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive.
Right there in the middle. 55.
They will indeed go for it. Vic, he's got his man Sharp complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So shall we say a bold decision to go for it, and that bold decision does not pay off.
And when you talk about bold, you're saying all caps?
All caps.
Yeah, without a doubt. Maybe they're telling their defense they have a lot of faith in them. I mean, that's how you have to spin it, is that you tell your defense, you know something? We were able to go for it there because...
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. 35 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Check tight, check tight, check tight. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, hey, watch the ship, watch the ship.
A first down throw coming for Vic. It's caught by OBJ. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Michael Vick. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Vic to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin Bush drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. On is the Hall of Famer Ray Guy to punt this away on 4th down. And he'll take it just outside the 40. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember...
And now off to the races down the right side. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. Tucker now for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Lawrence Taylor able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Vic readies to throw. Buying time to his left. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. So the screen pass goes backwards. That play seemed to have a potential disaster written all over it from the start.
I mean, wasn't that a tough spot on the field to make that call? You're inviting defensive linemen and linebackers to get pressure. So if one of them sniffs this out, you're definitely in danger. And this time, it costs them 2 points.
So they will accept the penalty. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready? 50, plant.
55. Check, 55, Mike.
You draw Porker. You gonna see me in your nightmare.
Watch the eye.
Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush.
Slam, slam, slam. Kill.
Snap.
Throwing on first down is Manning. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
218, chopper.
Faking the give to Barkley. Now Manning. The pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks. In there to drop him at sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Check 24, check 25.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Taking it about the 36. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st down, Dickerson. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Set, ready, 3, 6 yard line, 3.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great play there. 26 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
You better pilot 64 weak.
Saquon Barkley running right. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Manning. That's complete to his running back, Peyton. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
To throw is Manning. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll run with Barkley. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
It's just me and you.
Shotgun now for Manning. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lawrence Taylor picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It's 2nd down.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. To throw, it's Manning. Tries for Rice, intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
They'll run on first down. Dickerson. 10 yards on the pick. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Set. Okay, come on. Let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here.
On first down, Dickerson, and shedding through the tackle. Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. 76 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they have both. Over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt.
First down and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
On the set.
5, 5. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Deep grip.
On first down, Manning under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Devin Bush came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. To try again after the sack. Manning, the first catch of the game for George Kittle. And all the way to the opposite 45. And a huge play that time. 43 yards. Now Manning, and the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The safety Jamal Adams able to break that one up.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Throwing is Manning on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks, coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field.
Hey, Delta. Check. Go on. Switch.
They do go for it. It's Manning. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Holt. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A big play there. 55 yards. As his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll run on first down. Dickerson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And an alley to run. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. First down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Rolling to his right. This will be caught by Randy Moss. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Check 20. Check 26.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. 2nd down now.
Come on, set. Set the flag. Push him back. Push him back.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 41.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
Safety screaming.
Working from the gun. Manning over the middle, complete. That's Holt. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down. On first down, Peyton. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Manning. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Holt. And a loose football. And this is going to be Packer football.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Here we go. Pittsburgh. Squeeze, double. Check, tight right. Check down. Front. Three down.
Jackson from the shotgun. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Steps away to his left. And he's going to go down again. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown. A big play there.
89 yards. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
This one fielded at the 5. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
Packers take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 37-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. He'll run it. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Now Jackson on first down, being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. It's a 6-yard run, leaves them with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. On 3rd down, Dickerson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Mike, 55. Check.
From the gun, Jackson. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He's got a first down. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the defense has come up with it.
No, possession's on. Possession's on.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. A first down run, not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard.
Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, Manning. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Manning to throw. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Here we go on 4th down with Manning. That's complete to Largent. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
They'll run on 1st down. Dickerson, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer 1st down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. On 1st down, Dickerson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Check right, check.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson dancing to his left. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 13 yards, first down Packers. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards there and a first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him. Find him.
Hey, watch this.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Got it.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? So they take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath. Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Now, that's absolutely terrific technique right there by the corner. Exhibit A. Zone coverage, knew where his man was in relation to the football at all times, and made a nice play.
Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And taken right at the 35. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Reggie White, what a force. Got back there for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Deion Sanders. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Peyton. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Peyton. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So celebration down on the field for a good, hard-fought victory here. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So that'll do it for Charles Davis, the rest of our crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. Welcome you to another installment of Madden Ultimate Team. There's been a lot of talk leading up to this matchup, and it's finally here. But can it live up to all the hype?
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway in Foxborough. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Patriots to take over on offense. As we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Mahomes now on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks, leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
After the sack on first down, Mahomes give the sack to Lawrence Taylor.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to fourth down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll have Lamar Jackson calling the shots, the former Heisman Trophy winner from Louisville.
On the set. It's got Mike 50. Mike 50. Watch the back.
They'll run on first down. Dickerson. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. 72 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Keeps the score. Packers 6, Patriots nothing. Justin Tucker set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
Patriot offense returning to the field, and look at this season, 12-4, but they had the 8-0 start. And you think about it in that lens, down the stretch 4-5, including the playoff loss. A first-place finish for the 16th time, though, in 17 years. But now the question circle. We've mentioned Tom Brady. A lot of discussion there. But there's a lot of other questions to answer, correct?
This is one of the oldest rosters in the NFL. So there has to be some type of a rebuild, reboot along the way. Although if you're a New England Patriot, you don't do it with the idea that you're not still contending to win the AFC East and go to the playoffs. So it'll be interesting to see how they decide to do that from the front office, which there is some uncertainty there, whether there'll be some change in those positions. Head coach, as long as he's there, I think things are in great hands. But we may see a drastically different Patriot team moving forward, especially if number 12 decides to take his talents elsewhere.
Well, if Brady is there next year, they got to get him some guys he can throw the football to.
Guys that he'll absolutely trust, and that means finding veteran wide receivers who can come in and adapt to their system and play. They tried that this year. Antonio Brown, Mohamed Sanu.
N'Keal Harry.
Well, N'Keal Harry was the rookie, and he didn't adapt very well, but Josh Gordon.
Yeah.
Didn't find a replacement for Gronk at tight end, although you're not going to replace Gronk, but you have to find people who are serviceable. So it became throw it to Julian Edelman and hope. And that's a problem for that team. So, yes, you're exactly right. They've got to get some help for Tom Brady if he comes back. And they've got to get some guys probably through the draft, because I don't see a bunch of veteran free agent receivers out there who'll go to New England and make that big of a difference.
And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. On second down, it's Bell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Taken in by the tight end, Doyle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up
Packer pressure, and down he goes. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks, able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. He's got Jack Doyle. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Dawson's kick is up and through. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Dickerson. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
on first down. Dickerson. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Tighten up, tighten up.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson flushed out. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but, heck, maybe you throw one up. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick, and he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't.
And he's into the clear. Touchdown, Packers. Randy Moss, 76 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. They'll go again with Bell. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. That's complete. It's Bell. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. This is taken at the 23. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you...
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Lamar Jackson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. To throw is Jackson. Flush to his right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Mahomes going to throw. Man open, that's Terrell Owens. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 39-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes. Throw complete there to Jerry Rice. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 3.
Quarter ends.
That's what I do.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. Caught here by Bell. Now Bell hit. He lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. 20, 10. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Back now in Foxborough, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again.
Let's go.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Left side, Doyle with it. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
On 1st down, Mahomes caught by the tight end Ertz. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing now is Mahomes. That'll be caught by Rice. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. That's caught. It's Jerry Rice.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Open man, it's Randall L. And down inside the 15 he goes. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Patriots get a score closer. Mahomes now going to lead his guys up for the two-point try. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. Well, for a second there, I had flashbacks to a few years ago, the NFC Championship game for the Packers, but here they're able to hold on.
And many things changed in Green Bay after that game. Personnel, people coaching, the whole deal. And in this case, they get it done. No fail like they had in Seattle.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw him. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it.
56, right there, 56. Come to my world.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. A.J. Bouye, the fine cornerback, there to make the play defensively. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Six-time Pro Bowler Randy Moss, the intended receiver. But now it'll be third down.
56. Mike's 50. Check.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. A.J. Bouye with a pick. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for two. From the gun, Jackson escaping the pressure right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for two, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for the great one, Jerry Rice. But now it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Now a desperation throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half.
Hello, everybody. It's the coach welcoming you to Madden Ultimate.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Brady now on first down. Got a man. It's Randy Moss. And, right away, he lost the football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. It's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jamal Adams on the safety blitz, too fast to handle. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back.
And now a fumble. Brady loses the football, and the Packers pick it up. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
Not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do. I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks, picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Tough spot for the Pats now after the sack as Brady will lead them up 3rd and long. Now a play fake. Brady. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks, getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run the counter. Dickerson. And some space to move right away as he's all the way up to the 30. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now a give, right side. Dickerson. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold. Successful toss play to the right there. It's interesting. Teams seem to run the toss a lot more to the right than to the left.
It's usually a little more natural. Right-handed quarterback, typically your power side running the ball is to the right side with your guard and your tackle. In college football, they used to call it student body right. Because you had
touchdown, Packers. Darren Waller there to make the grab. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll run on first down. Dickerson, and he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 15-0 our score. It's the NFL on EA Sports. From the 24, Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lawrence Taylor in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. Tough spot for the Pats now after the sack as Brady will lead them up 3rd and long. Throw right side is hauled in by the tight end Gonzalez. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So a change of possession here on the punt. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Sacked there by Bruce Smith. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
That's right. Get off the train tracks, baby. Get off the train tracks.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Ronnie Lott, the Hall of Famer, with a pick.
Brandon, I'm not going to tell him that you called him old in our pregame meeting, but this guy has been around a long time. If there's a trick in the book, he knows it. He probably even wrote a few chapters, and this is what he's always had, and that's a nose for the football. He's able to come away here with the interception.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Brady got a man. It's Randy Moss complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover them.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. An 11-yard touchdown as they are now on the board here in the first half.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Dawson able to connect on the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it ends with a New England touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. He has not been on his A game, but his team has really picked him up. I think he probably now, second quarter, he's thinking, all right, time for me to get going.
And he also has to keep in mind that, he has contributed. You're exactly right. Not totally on his A game, but guess what?
He's got the touchdown.
He's got a touchdown pass. Yes, he tempered it with an interception, but he has contributed, and he just can't get down and worry about his own stats. The team's winning. That's cause for celebration. Even
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Packers. Randy Moss, 69 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Well, not so fast.
No, not at all, because they end up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed Old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now under 100 yards of total offense.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. The throw on 2nd down by Brady is incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Here's Ray Guy now as he's on to punt for New England. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 15. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. First half in the book. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Rod Woodson with a pick. First possession in the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before? Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Lawrence Taylor able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Brady. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Come on now, let's go.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Single, 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 single. Let's go. Come on. You go tight. You got tight. You can fit.
To throw again on second down. Jackson buying time to his left. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Now Jackson, pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Lawrence Taylor able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson, eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Now it's Jackson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Randy Moss, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
In order to lead...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They complete it to Hill. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there. You've given yourself a chance. You're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the posts. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Brady going to throw. Got an open man. It's Devin Hester. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That'll be a New England 1st down, a gain of 12. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. On second and very short, Jackson, it's Hill, complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Hey, we got tight left. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Key him. Key to tight end. Hey, 4 down. 4 down.
On third down, Jackson. This will be caught by Randy Moss. And all the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 42 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lawrence Taylor. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Throwing is Brady on third down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right.
And he's going to keep it. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this will go out of bounds, so no recovery. And that is how this one will come to an end.